Hello everyone. Sorry for the hiatus that I've had. I have been busy, so that's why I haven't done any videos. A few hours ago I put up a post saying I wasn't going to do one until next weekend, but then I thought, fuck it, let's do one right now. Like right at this specific minute now. Let's do a video. Because I wanted to talk about the Pope's Exorcist. And this is just because, as someone that's not like, a massive fan of exorcism movies, that someone doesn't go out and watches all of them, I don't, have any real ambition to watch movies like The Last Exorcism, The Devil Inside, The Rite. They're just movies that they don't really interest me because I just find it hard to imagine that they're going to top the original Exorcist or spin some of the now tropes on its head. And all I've heard about those movies is that they don't do that. So I've never really given them a chance, and when I saw the Pope's Exorcist trailer, I was thinking, yeah, it looks like another one of them. But then I was kind of surprised, because I kind of heard some people saying it's a really, really fun movie. So I decided to give it a shot, and I walked out nearly loving this. So I think as far as exorcism movies go, you can't get better than the original Exorcist, and this movie is certainly nowhere near as good as that movie. Not even as good as The Exorcist 3, which is probably on par with the original Exorcist, although I don't really think that The Exorcist 3 should have been an exorcism movie. It just kind of felt like it was slapped onto the Exorcist franchise because money. Anyway, tangent over. The Pope's Exorcist. This is about a priest named Father Gabriel Amorth, who is sent to Spain to try and exorcise a demon that has taken possession of a young boy from America that have just moved to Spain. This movie is hilarious, and that is the biggest positive for this movie for me. It is so campy, it's so silly, there's just so many little laugh out loud moments, like, Russell Crowe, vanquishes a demon afterwards, grabs a little flask of whiskey and goes, "Oh, perfecto." Just little things that just make you chuckle. And his very unorthodox ways of testing if someone is actually possessed or not, or just, gone crazy. So, like, the opening scene of this movie, I can't with it. He's so funny, just so unorthodox, and I just thought he was so entertaining and well written. Russell Crowe is a standout of this movie. I loved watching him. There's even another scene when he's like talking to another priest and he's like, "Make your confessions." And the other priest is like, "Well, I haven't made a confession in 7 months." And Russell Crowe just goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, just whatever. Say you forgive for everything. This is going to take too long. I can't be bothered." It's just, he's so funny, so entertaining. I think I've made my point on how funny this movie is. And I also really liked, there's kind of an element that comes in late in the second act that is different to a lot of exorcism movies. It's not just this demon is possessing a small child to fuck with them. It's actually kind of like a master plan from Satan in a little way. It says in the synopsis, it kind of hints at it in the synopsis, and I don't want to spoil too much of it because I think it's pretty clever. But I actually really enjoyed that addition to the movie. It makes it stand out a little bit more. And overall, I thought that the direction of this thing, and when it comes to the actual exorcism scenes, which unfortunately aren't, the tropes are still there. They aren't bypassed. It's still got, little kids swearing and stuff like that. It's very predictable and very tropey now. But it is well done. I think the direction in those scenes are really, really excellently done. That kind of brings me into my negatives of this film, is that it is still mostly just another exorcism movie. It's not scary, it's very predictable, you know where it's going from the word go, and it is just full of the tropes. And that's one thing I wish that had have been done differently, because if it was just, like, if they bypassed the tropes during the actual exorcism scenes and made it maybe even less tense but more comedic in some parts, I think that this movie could be considered a very, very clever parody of the exorcism genre and the tropes, and tearing it down and saying, look, we've seen all this before. This movie is here to let you know that I think that this genre could be revived and made interesting again if it changed. And that's the kind of biggest disappointment of the movie, is the kind of potential that it has. And I think that with the kind of implications, maybe a sequel, they had the opportunity to really go out there with the campiness and really have a good time with it. That being said, I really enjoyed this movie for what it is. I think it's definitely nothing incredible or nothing special, but if you're tired of the exorcism genre, kind of like I am, or even more so, definitely check this one out. I'm going to give The Pope's Exorcist 3.5 stars. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Watch The Pope's Exorcist if you want to or don't, and bye.